Indian accent, London W1, curry sauce as an aperitif. I bloody loved it. Restaurant review. Our new restaurant critic calls in on Indian accent, a stylish newcomer to Mayfair. Over the past 500 or so restaurants I've been to, I've developed a shorthand for places like Indian accent, the scribble OPM, or other people's money. As in, if you find yourself in Mayfair drubbing through someone else's expense account, well, I cannot recommend Manish Mehrotra's teensy weensy blue cheese naan enough. His style of naan, smaller than a Farley's rusk and thinner than a slice of Mother's Pride, appears as an amuse-bouche with a Lilliputian pewter jug of curried coconut sipping sauce. Pinky in the air. Glug, glug. It is a cutting stereotype that all northern women love gravy, but at this, Mehrotra's third opening, after New Delhi and New York, I drank curry sauce elegantly, as an aperitif, and I bloody loved it. But then, everything is elegant here. Indian accent hammers home that New Delhi chefs can channel faff and frippery as much as our own homegrown Michelin star chasers. An opening course of 2 Kashmiri morels is outstanding. They're dusted with walnut powder and come perched on a parmesan papad, another teeny suggestion of seasoned dough. Only a wrong-headed person can't enjoy an earthy morel, and this particular nutty, piquant, cheesy fungus singular mouthful is indeed a dream. Still, if you've turned up at Indian accent expecting anything as wildly pedestrian as palo rice, pakora, or bhaji, you've made a wrong turn. Or, more accurately, you'd be better off over the road at the Sethi family's Gymkhana. By God, I love that place, where for similar prices they'll stuff you with venison keema naan, duck chettinad and wild muntjak biryani. Gymkhana is still fancy, but it's the sort of fancy that requires a lie down with one's ankles raised afterwards. After 4 courses at Indian accent, my stomach still felt decidedly light, though my head was heavy with explication. Can I explain how the menu works? I was asked as I sat down. I've long since learned there is no arguing with a front of house determined to unveil the mysteries of their menu. That it reads left to right. That dishes titled main are larger and more filling. And those puddings at the end? Well, they're puddings. And so on. I endure this once. Then a second time from a different server. And a third when my guest, Will, appears. It's one of those dinners where conversation jolts along, peppered with "can I just" interruptions. Spheres of frankly delicious aloo chat topped with a white pea mash arrive with a vocal autopsy. A bowl of Morad Abadi dal comes with an expansive story about the chef's mother, but sadly also a minuscule cauliflower chicha paratha. My Cindy doll had a bigger frock. Still, I must not fault restaurants for bombarding you with fact. Many guests adore it. Especially married couples of 7 or more years who will take an ornate breakdown about a soy keema with quail egg and lime leaf butter pav over a tedious chat as to why the council has replaced their recycling bin. That soy keema, incidentally, is one of the greatest vegetarian offerings I've ever tasted. Whip off the quail egg, and I dare say they could make it vegan. This thing rocks with fenugreek and mustard seeds, and looks like meat, but tastes better. I could consume it daily. The ghee roast lamb with rumali roti is a riff on Cantonese duck pancakes, even down to the trimmed slices of cucumber. And you can swap the lamb for Rajasthani chukki, a meat substitute formed from fried atta dough and tossed in an onion gravy. We ate 2 puddings, one a triumph, the other simply puzzling. One was an adult-sized portion of Punjabi barfi treacle tart of golden syrup, crumbled chocolate sponge cake and cream on a pastry base with a generous scoop of vanilla bean ice cream. But the mead chawal sweet rice with almond milk and barberries was the hinterland between trill budgie feed and pot puri. I suspect it simply didn't match my Western pre-notions of sweet rice on soft, melting puddings, but my rule of thumb is that anything that makes me grin or swear when I eat it is just not for me. I spent OPM on Indian accent and really rather liked it. But I will never, ever go back. Like many restaurateurs before them, I'm sure they'll be over the moon.